Hey everyone, I'm Rob. It's Sunday today, and it's time to grab a cup of coffee, and we're not going to be talking so much about the news, but we're going to be talking about custom instructions for ChatGPT. So grab your cup of coffee and let's go. Okay, so you might be thinking, what the heck is custom instructions? You know, when you use ChatGPT and you get output, and sometimes you kind of think, oh, I wish the output would use certain phrases, or that it would be in a certain style, or that you have to kind of, if you want to simulate something, you have to do that first before you get the output that you want. Well, custom instructions takes care of that. And the exciting thing, which I'm like super geeking out, is that it has been released to free users. So basically everyone can use custom instructions now, like as of 2 weeks ago. So this is super exciting. And being the huge dork that I am, I'm like, let's take a tour, let's take a spin. So today I've included a bunch of different use cases for you if you want to try it out. So let's dive in and yeah, let's go for it. So let's go ahead and let's open up ChatGPT. And once we have it open, we will take a look and find custom instructions. It's not too bad. So when we click on the hamburger menu, we can click on these 3 dots, and then under the 3 dots, you see custom instructions. Here we go. Now the first field that we have in front of us is just basically providing context about our situation so ChatGPT can give better nuanced output. So they show some tips as well, like where are you based, what do you do for work, etc. What are your subjects that you can talk about for hours, what are some goals that you have. Basically, it's kind of the, okay, this is my situation, whether I'm a business owner, whether I'm trying to learn a language, whether I am planning a trip, this is where we'd put that sort of thing in. Now the second field is the big one. How would we like ChatGPT to respond? And this is where we can literally say, I want you to respond like this, this, and this, and this. Now, some of the simple ways to begin with this is to provide concise answers. Now, for people that don't have time to read through, you can say, provide the summary provide your answers in 100 words or less. So let's take an example of that. So here I've just put in this simple response, make your output concise, provide it in 100 words or less. And then I go ahead and I click save. Now you can enable it for new chats, or if you prefer not to, you can turn that off just so that you are using it only for older chats. So let's do a small demonstration. I'm currently in Calgary, Canada, so I have put in the prompt before I've used custom instructions, which is tell me some cool facts about Calgary, Canada. And you can see that ChatGPT provides a lot of cool facts. For example, the Calgary Tower, it's pretty cool. Banff National Park is amazing. Oh, Highland Games. I actually didn't know that. And I'm born and raised here. Okay, so now let's go to ChatGPT, in which we've input our custom instructions and say, tell me some cool facts about Calgary, Canada. There we go. So you can see that ChatGPT has provided the output in 100 words or less. So again, something super simple, but for people in which time is money. There you go. So this is like the basic building block of custom instructions. Now let's party, get in. We're going custom instruction creating. That was a terrible reference. I'm never gonna do that again, oh my gosh. Now using custom instructions for this prompt, I know that a lot of university students, including myself 10 years ago, struggled learning statistics. So this prompt is designed for students that may need a tutor, whether that you're in elementary, high school, or university. So let's go ahead and let's open up the custom instructions. In opening the custom instructions on ChatGPT, I've input text into both fields. And yes, this text is in the description of the video for you for free. So please go ahead, use it, and tailor it to something that works for you. So the context, I say I'm a university student in my second year of communications. I struggle with statistics. And now I have prompted ChatGPT to be a patient statistics tutor at university that provides real world examples, because I found for myself learning statistics was incredibly challenging, and it was easier once I was able to sort of grasp it and make analogies. So let's go ahead and press save. Okay, now for myself and my master's, and when I taught, I found that p-values were one of the hardest things to understand or grasp, at first instance. So let's put in, what does the p-value mean? Go ahead, press enter, and let's see. Amazing. You can see already, it's already coming up with an analogy, detective investigating the suspect. Okay, so great. Now it comes up with the null hypothesis. So this is another term, and it's like, okay, well, what is the null hypothesis? And again, perfect. So again, it's breaking it down into a friendly, informal tone. And again, it's using analogies. Perfect. So you can go ahead, use this prompt, and it's not only just for statistics, this is for theoretical concepts, this is for mathematics, etc. So yeah, this is something in which really you can turn ChatGPT into a tutor and help you with the various subjects that you might struggle in. And I know from teaching that analogy is one of the best ways to learn, so why not have the output always relate back to an analogy to help you learn and understand. Now, to clear your instructions that you've put into the custom instructions, it's not too bad. All you have to do is just go back to your custom instructions and then erase what you've written and then press save. And that's it. Now for this custom instructions, I wanted to make it useful and relevant for small business owners, seeing that they might struggle with something like social media content. So for this custom instructions, I provided the context that I am a small business that focuses on filming and editing raw footage for oil and gas companies. And this is based on actually one of my best friends here who does this exact same thing. Now, the thing about this is that he doesn't necessarily have a large budget for social media content creators, so why not turn to ChatGPT? So here I have put in the context of it, and how I want ChatGPT to respond is by simulating Jordan, my social media advisor. So I've put in that I want Jordan to simulate and create content for LinkedIn and Facebook using a writing style that is engaging and conversational, using catchy headlines, storytelling, etc., etc., etc. So this is the custom instructions that I've provided. And again, of course, this is going to be in the description of this video. Let's go ahead and test out Jordan. So in this prompt, I'm gonna say, hey, Jordan, please create a LinkedIn post about a recent film job I had with XY Oil Company filming their recent company party, and then make a post about it for Facebook. Let's go ahead and press enter and see what Jordan/ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, so here we see the output, the LinkedIn community, just wanted to share, To be honest, for me, it's a little bit too emoji heavy. Yeah, and then we have one for Facebook. Great. My advice for people that might be relying on ChatGPT to do some social media content creation would be to get the plus version, just because there's so much more parameters, and I'll show you the output. So you can check the output here. It's okay, it's a little emoji heavy, a little bit informal, but let's go ahead and check out the output from the plus model. So now the output from this exact same prompt using Jordan for the plus model is, honestly, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is really good. Like, oh my gosh, like, okay, it's a little bit long, but it's like, and then there's a little shout out, reach out to us, etc. Like, we believe in storytelling through videos more. It's about connecting hearts and minds. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, come on. And then there's the Facebook post, which is great. They use a bit more informal language, which is fine. Like, look at this. We promise to make you look good on camera, at least. I'm like, oh my God, like, are you kidding? Anyway, so yes, Jordan, you're amazing. Yeah, of course, the description for these custom instructions are in the description of this video, so go ahead and use it. Rename Jordan if, yeah, you don't feel like Jordan, but that's my story. So one thing that I know that some people use ChatGPT for is practicing language. Now, of course, we have Duolingo, which is fantastic. However, practicing language, in an interactive way is super useful using ChatGPT. Now, one of the things that I struggle with sometimes is practicing Dutch and having some positive reinforcement. I think culturally, sometimes the Dutch are very easy to correct, and I'm North American. I need sometimes the participation trophy of like, you got one word right out of a sentence that is completely incorrect. But still, that's something that motivates me. So let's go to the custom instructions that I've created for those that are interested in learning languages. So the custom instruction is, I'm struggling to learn and practice Dutch, and of course, please use this, please lift and shift and put in the language that you are trying to learn, and the topics that you're interested in. I put in change management, but I actually don't really care about horses, but whatever. Then how I simulated ChatGPT to respond is to be a friendly partner, using positive reinforcement and weaving in cultural references or common sayings. and these sorts of things. Engage me in light language games or quizzes and simulate real-life Dutch scenarios. So this is something, of course, that you can use, and let's go ahead and let's try it. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put in hello in Dutch, and let's see what pops up. Okay, so I see, what have you done today? Ik heb gezwommen. Heb gezwommen. It's gezwommen. There we go. Okay, so it's correcting me, but in like a da da dun dun dun. Do you often have the chance to swim? Oh, fantastic. And then let's just say, you know, how I've also engineered this is that if you're like, okay, nope, I don't understand this, you can just say, what does cans mean? And then ChatGPT switches to English, to tell you. Like, I'm like, maybe I'll finally learn how to speak Dutch like fluently after like so many years in that country. Anyway, so this is another really cool instance of custom instructions. So the next thing I thought that would be really neat as an application of custom instructions and ChatGPT would be cultural awareness and cultural sensitivity training. So one of the custom instructions I've created is just that. And I know that a lot of people in consulting, in business, or just living in a global environment, you might want to know how to act in certain ways or just be aware of certain cultural things. So for these custom instructions, I have presented the following. I'm traveling internationally to do business with a global team from Japan, Saudi Arabia, Canada, and the Netherlands. Now, how do I want ChatGPT to respond? Well, to serve as a cultural awareness advisor, creating role play scenarios, and just basically telling me about different cultural sensitivities and alert me to things that I should know about. So I've saved this. Let's go ahead and put in our first prompt. Now, for anybody that might be a little bit anxious or want to plan ahead, you can put in any sort of prompt in here just to get some clarification and some, just basically some role playing of potentially what to do and what not to do. So here a follow-up prompt would be that I accidentally forget to bow to my Japanese colleague and I don't look into the eyes of my Dutch colleague while toasting, which isn't too bad. However, they all begin to discuss politics. What do I do? And the answer's perfect. So you might just say, okay, I apologize for not bowing. Great. Not making eye contact. It says, let's raise our glass again and give a proper cheers this time. Perfect. And then, it's just some more gentle suggestions about what to do in these cross-cultural scenarios. So for anybody that might be traveling for business, that has a global team and is just wanting to understand more of the nuances with cultural sensitivities, this one's for you. For these custom instructions, I wanted to provide a travel agent. Now, a lot of people want to go on vacation, they want to travel somewhere, but they don't actually know where they want to go or what they want to do, let alone have an itinerary provided for them. So in this, I wanted to try and use custom instructions to see what was possible as an advisor for something like travel and provide itinerary. And that's what I've done, and I'm like geeking out because I think it's super neat. So let's go to the custom instructions input. So for the input and the context, I said, I want to travel next year, but I don't actually really know what I want to do yet. And for the output, I said, simulate an award-winning travel agency that can do, and suggest itinerary on major large-scale trips or tight budgets, tight timelines. And what I've done here as well is I've really prompted ChatGPT to ask the user, okay, what do you want to do? Like really asking these questions to fit it into different travel profiles that I've come up with before it gives an itinerary. So let's go ahead and let's try it out. So for this, I am just going to write in hi. Amazing, okay. Please share a bit about your travel preferences and interests. Great. So let's say I'm looking for a more relaxing holiday by the beach for 7 days. Great, now it's going to say, do you have any specific destinations in mind, or are you open to suggestions? Perfect. Now I'm going to say, actually, I prefer somewhere in Mexico or in South America. I want a spa. and surf and relax, maybe take a hike. I want to be safe. So putting it in, okay, it will start to provide some recommendations and say travel dates, specific preferences. Perfect, perfect. So anyways, there you go. This is it. Now, of course, the other thing that I wanted to do with this was just that like there's so much possibility in this, and even something like a travel agent, I can imagine, you know, can help to be like a business advisor, can help, you know, there's just so many applications using custom instructions, and I find it so fantastically amazing that this is for all free users. So we really see that, you know, with custom instructions, a lot is really possible and a lot can really help and empower you. So that's the news update today. That's the news update this Sunday. We're talking all about custom instructions, and yeah, looking forward to chatting with some news in the next video update. I will be returning back to the Netherlands from Canada, so expect a very jet-lagged video, but a video nonetheless. And in the meantime, yeah, in my life, things are really good. The surprise for my family went so well, so I'll show a video.
Come see your special surprise. Homecoming.
Surprise!
Holy sh!
Happy birthday!
I'm glad I didn't try to phone you today.
Yeah.
I know, I was
just
like, call her on her birthday. Oh, don't cry, you're like,
Big surprise.
And other than that, things are really good. I am on a beautiful deck with a dog sleeping next to me. Yeah, I can't complain. Life is fantastic. So I'm wishing everyone a beautiful Sunday and a great start to the week. Okay, catch you next time. Bye. Oh, and one last thing before I go. If you want to like this video, if you want to subscribe, that would help a lot. And no worries if not. Anyways, okay, catch you next time. Bye. Oh, look at this dog. Look at this dog. He's just a dog. Oh, you're just a dog. Look at you.